Hey guys, Buffalo here. You know, I've got very little experience shooting single action revolvers, but I wish I could shoot them more because Kentucky shooter Jim Lawson sent his pair of Blackhawks over, his 357 Blackhawks, for me to kind of play with today, and man, I've really enjoyed shooting them. Ruger came out with a single 6 in 1953, the rimfire, and that thing took off and was really popular and kind of inspired them to make the centerfire version, which itself is kind of based loosely on the Colt single action Army. They came out with the Blackhawk in 1955. Now these two here were made in 68 and 69, and they're what's referred to as the 3-screw models. You can see the 3 screws on the side plate there. From 55 to 62, they're known as flat tops. This was flat up here. It didn't protect the sights at all on those. And then from 73 on are the new Blackhawks, and they've got the transfer bars and stuff in them, and no longer use the half cock position that these guns use to load and unload. Real neat guns, and man, I've had a ball shooting them today. Ruger, the new Blackhawks have that transfer bar system in them, and Ruger will actually go in and retrofit these guns with that. But Jim's decided not to do these that way, and I don't blame him. He just carries with 5 in it, like most people do with single actions. The firing pin, without that transfer bar, the firing pin actually rests right against the primer. See if I can show you that here. You can see with the gun at rest, or I think you can see that. The firing pin's actually sticking out, and it would be rested right up against the primer. So people that fool with older single action revolvers just load 5 in it and rest the firing pin on the empty chamber. That way they ain't got to worry about it. You know, Colt discontinued the single action Army prior to World War II, and Ruger jumped on the opportunity to fill that market with this Blackhawk. You know, it's a little different. It has coil springs versus the old leaf springs. It's got target sights on it, and it's really well built. It's built better than the Colts, but in my opinion. But with the cowboy action shooting the way it is today, there's just you know, these things are really popular. Alright, now if you've ever wondered why people only carry 5 rounds in a single action revolver and rest that hammer on the empty chamber, I'm going to show you. Now I've got a round loaded up in here, and the firing pin is actually resting on the round. The hammer's sitting on the firing pin. Now if you was to drop this gun or something come up against it, there's a good chance this thing would go off. I'm going to try to demonstrate that. I'm just going to barely tap this hammer with this piece of wood. You can see my finger is not on the trigger. And I'm doing this in a safe direction. There's a big dirt bank down in here. Now as you can see, I barely hit that. It wouldn't take much of a bump at all to set one of these off. Now I don't recommend trying that little bump fire thing at home, these guns, but if you ever do, make sure you haven't got this gun on the little part-way cock notch right there. If that was the bump now, you're gonna be seeing a gunsmith. That's gonna break something, and that's not real strong in there either. Of course, you got your half cock. Neither of those positions are safe to carry either, so just carry 5. Thanks for watching. Buffalo.